Many foreign investors assume that joint ventures fail because of market conditions, competition, or financial challenges. But in reality, most joint ventures in Vietnam fail because the partners cannot make decisions. When disagreements arise and no resolution mechanism exists, the business becomes stuck. This situation is known as deadlock, and it is one of the most critical risks in any joint venture in Vietnam. Deadlock occurs when parties in a joint venture cannot agree on key decisions required for the company to operate. This may involve expansion plans, capital increases, appointment of management, or strategic direction. Under Vietnam company law, if decision-making thresholds are not met, the company may be unable to act. Without a properly drafted joint venture agreement in Vietnam, there may be no clear way to resolve this situation. Deadlock is particularly common in joint ventures in Vietnam due to shared control structures. Many joint ventures are structured with equal or near equal ownership between foreign investors and local partners. While this may appear balanced, it increases the likelihood of disagreement. Differences in business culture, expectations, and risk tolerance further contribute to deadlock situations. When deadlock occurs and no resolution mechanism exists, the consequences can be severe. The company may be unable to approve budgets, execute contracts, or make operational decisions. For foreign investors in Vietnam, this can result in financial losses, missed opportunities, and reputational damage. In some cases, the business may effectively stop functioning without being formally dissolved. A well-drafted joint venture agreement in Vietnam must include deadlock resolution clauses. These clauses provide structured mechanisms to resolve disputes and ensure continuity. Without them, the joint venture relies on informal negotiation, which may not be effective when interests diverge. One common approach is the buy-sell mechanism. This allows one party to offer to buy the other's shares or sell their own shares under predefined conditions. It creates a clear path to resolve deadlock by forcing a decision. In a joint venture agreement in Vietnam, this mechanism must be carefully structured to ensure fairness and enforceability. Another mechanism is the chairman casting vote, where a designated individual has the authority to break ties in decision-making. This can be effective in certain governance structures. Escalation clauses are also commonly used, requiring disputes to be elevated to higher levels of management or parent companies. These mechanisms provide additional layers of resolution before more drastic measures are taken. When internal mechanisms are insufficient, arbitration may be used as a formal dispute resolution method. A joint venture agreement in Vietnam can specify arbitration procedures, including jurisdiction and governing rules. While arbitration can resolve disputes, it is often time-consuming and costly. Therefore, it should be considered as a last resort rather than the primary solution. Deadlock clauses must be tailored to the specific structure of the joint venture. They must align with voting rights, board structure, and the company charter in Vietnam. Poorly drafted clauses may create additional ambiguity instead of resolving conflict. For foreign investors in Vietnam, this is a critical aspect of legal structuring that should not be overlooked. At LTS Law, we provide legal services for foreign investors in Vietnam by drafting joint venture agreements that include effective deadlock resolution mechanisms. We ensure that your agreement is structured to handle disputes before they arise, protecting your investment and ensuring business continuity. Before entering a joint venture in Vietnam, visit lts.com.vn and consult with our legal team to build a structure that keeps your business moving forward.